Hi everyone, good morning. I'm Bella. Today we're going to be talking about the June 21st summer solstice or midsummer, where the sun is entering Cancer and Jupiter goes retrograde. So this time period is really about abundance and embracing the beauty of life and embracing all forms of love. So today we're going to be casting a bubble of protection. I'm going to send some Reiki and discuss the energies. Then I'm going to pull a few cards and send some Reiki based around what the cards show. So please go ahead and light some incense or sage. Get some candles, get comfortable, get into a space where you can meditate, have like an hour for yourself uninterrupted. And just focus on the summer energies and really pulling in that abundant, beautiful energy, the lushness of summer. So I'm lighting some sage right now. I have my crystals, my trusty giant crystal quartz I always have. And I'd invite you to take a couple deep breaths. First thing I want to do is set the space and do my inbound prayer to really purify the space and make sure only the benevolent energies can be here during this healing today. So just relax, lay back. You can close your eyes and just be open to receive and enjoy. If you'd like to make a donation or leave me a tip, you may do so at paypal.me/BellaImelda, or my Cash App is just BellaImelda, all one word, and I'll put the links in the description below. These are accepted in great love and gratitude, so thank you. Thank you for being here today. So if you're ready to begin, take a deep breath. And I'd first like to cast a bubble of white protective light around all of us today. This bubble places a shield up and seals out all energetic leakages while also protecting us from negative unseen entities that seek entry into our fields. This body is of the light, only the light may be here, all else must go. I'd like to call in my guides to join us today, any higher galactic counterparts, my higher self, the higher selves of those participating. I call in my past selves, my future selves, parallel selves, and the ancestors. I call in our deceased loved ones, the elementals, spirits, and fairies in a request to assist us today in this healing with love. We call in the angels, archangels, and ascended masters to watch over and assist today. Please deliver me any messages that need to come through right now. Today, I choose to cleanse myself and release any and all negative thought forms, outdated contracts, or lingering negative energies that may be present and are no longer serving us for the highest good. All negative energies, unseen influences, or thought forms must go in love. We wish you love and open up a pathway of light for all those who wish to enter, for you to be guided back home to the light. I call upon the angels and my higher self to assist in protecting all those involved in this healing today. Please surround all of our homes in love and light and disallow any negative unseen forces entry. Provide us with the protection to create a space of love and healing, surrounded by an armor of light, fully supported as we do the work of the light. I ask all beings in resonance with love and light to please assist us today and provide love, support, and guidance and wisdom with whatever needs to come through. May we release any psychic bonds or cords which are draining our love light energies. I release any blockages that are holding me back from my happiness or my development. please allow the highest potential healing today to be received by all who are open to it in the highest form of light and love possible. I choose to remember and experience and know that I am sovereign, I am free, I am unity, I am love. And so it is. So now I'm going to tap in and I'm going to begin sending Reiki remotely to all those listening and who are open to receive today. You can listen to this video as many times as you would like and still receive the benefit of the energy. I recommend you do listen to it multiple times because I feel each time you listen to things like this, you pick up something different that needs to come through to you at that time that you may not have heard, or you'll hear it in a different way when you re-listen. So I'm going to take a minute now to tap in. I am sending the distant Reiki symbol now. You should feel the connection. You should feel waves of soft healing energy flow over your body, all over your energetic body. If you feel tension anywhere in the body, try to relax that part of your body and just release any stress, mental stress, physical stress. And just be open with the energies coming in right now. So I'm also going to be discussing the energies that I'm really picking up on right now surrounding this solstice that we're heading into in a few days. So I'm also going to be sending Reiki simultaneously to, I feel, the areas that need it, that come up. So I'm going to be working on multiple levels today. So again, you can pause this if you want to make some tea, put on some calming music in the background. Today, we are listening to a summer solstice meditation music, Sunrise over Stonehenge, that's going on in the background if you can hear it. I also am burning some of the sage that I grew in my garden. Okay, so today this video is again centered around the beautiful, lush, and abundant energies coming in right now for the summer solstice on June 21st, otherwise known as Midsummer. This day also happens to be my birthday. I've always been highly connected with this day. June has always been my favorite month. The energies are just so alive and fruitful and ecstatic right now. This is really the heart of the summer. We have this abundance of light coming in. The sun is at the height of its power. The summer solstice is the day with the greatest amount of light. It's the longest day of the year, and it's where the sun reaches its highest point in the sky, where the sky is literally just filled with sun and light. So all that photonic energy, we're going to be absorbing it, we're going to be reacting off of it, we're going to be playing off of it, and it's really, really powerfully healing to us. So we're entering Cancer, and we're joined by Jupiter moving retrograde in Pisces, and this will stay retrograde until October 17th, when we will be entering into the Samhain energies of Halloween. So Cancer is the sign of unconditional love. It symbolizes the foundation of creation, nurturing, waters of life, this motherly caregiver energy. With the sun in Cancer, the energies are going to feel really similar to that feeling of coming back home. It's a really great time to clear out any stuck emotional baggage we've been carrying since winter time. It's important to find healthy outlets and make sure that we spend a lot of time doing things that we enjoy. So whether that's getting outside, playing with our animals, try to be soft and compassionate with yourself, because this is just really realize this is a normal process we all go through. It's cyclical of healing and letting things go. And the energies are just really conducive right now to that letting go of baggage and bringing in this new abundant energy right now. So if you're like myself, I align with the earth energies, the season energies, and try to, it really, as opposed to working against the energies, it really gives you a leg up in your practical daily life. So Jupiter is the planet of luck. It's associated with luck. So when it's in retrograde, that doesn't mean bad luck. It just may mean great things can happen to us if we take the time to turn inward and look at ourselves and really try to learn some spiritual lessons. So Jupiter being retrograde in Pisces means we have a really great opportunity to connect emotionally with our spirit guides. Instead of focusing on the healing of others, it's really a time to focus on healing ourselves. The energy is going to push us to answer questions we might have been avoiding, and now they're really coming up and we can no longer escape them. It's time to face them and overcome them. And doing that will always have us come out stronger and happier in the long run. So Jupiter aims to bring us closer in alignment with Source and higher unity consciousness. While in retrograde, it will really bring up opportunities that may illuminate past lessons that we may have needed to work on in order to realign and reconnect with our true purpose. So the summer solstice is really a moment for integration. It's a celebration of the return of the sun, of the cosmic light, and it's a really great time to connect inward, connect with art, creativity, music, nature, writing, and really be honest with ourselves with things that we might just want to be clearing out once and for all, and just deciding that we're ready, deciding we're going to do that in a creative, open, and honest way. This is the type of energy I'm really seeing right now. Being true to yourself and being true, like that energy of like standing up when you see a bully bullying somebody and like you're watching it, going over and being like, and breaking it up, like that type of energy, even if the bully is the popular kid, and just having the balls and the courage to do that, even if you're standing alone, because we're heading into that 4th of July energy. That's the truther, patriot energy, where you feel the need to stand up for things you truly believe in. You can really feel these energies surrounding courage and fortitude, the live free or die mentality. It's time to stand up. It's better to die standing up than live on your knees. That's sort of we don't give a fuck energy, which I'm always aligned with that, but maybe that's why it's my birthday. So from here on out, the days are going to begin to be getting shorter, taking us into the fall and the fall equinox and harvesting season. But not yet. We still have plenty of summer left to enjoy first, and plenty of opportunity to manifest. So these are prime manifestation and abundant energies right now. They're just bringing in lushness, cultivation, everything finally coming fruitful, things we've been working on for a while. We're finally seeing progress. It feels like things are picking up. We may be seeing some fire festivals, some sun festivals. That's what I sort of like to do for my birthday, just have a bonfire. It's really a celebration of the sun god Ra. A lot of summer solstice festivals happen on that weekend around the solstice, just celebrating lushness and fertility, abundance. We can celebrate this holiday and really honor these energies with lots of fresh fruits. I've been craving fruits, fresh grapes, cantaloupe. Strawberries are coming into season right now, and I'm seeing them harvested. It's time to enjoy some amazing strawberry desserts, get creative. Rhubarb. I have a bunch of strawberries growing in my backyard. They're really starting to come in right now. They're delicious. Pick them and eat them right off the vine. Elderberries as well. Elderberry syrup is a very powerful support for your immune system. You can make it, you can find recipes online how to make it, and take just a sip of it every day. It's like an inoculation against everything. It's super powerful energetically, and also having just that image of a field of flowers and the early sunlight coming above it. If you have the chance to wake up early on summer solstice and go out with the sunrise, sort of sit in the quiet, peaceful energies. If you're lucky enough to have a private backyard you could do this in, or go to a park, sit in a field and just feel the flowers, the energy. Really feel when you tune into them in the trees, even the grass, the dandelions. You can hear them, you can feel their energies, and it's peaked and heightened at the summer solstice. So it's a great idea to have a picnic out in a field surrounded by flowers. Bring some of that fruit, some mead, homemade baked bread, and just put your phone away. Go alone or with someone, or bring your pet, and just enjoy the peace that comes with that. And to me, that is like, some people go to church. To me, that is like divine, is honoring nature in that way. And make sure to bring some of these fresh flowers into the home. I have a vase of wild roses right next to my bed that I have a giant patch out in my backyard. They're beautiful pink. They smell amazing. That rose energy, that full bloom rose, that imagery, I'm really picking up on. I'm also wearing rose quartz today to honor this season on a pendant. So it's that sort of magic of the feeling of summer when you're a child, just carefree, blissful. You want to go skip around, hula hoop. I love to hula hoop. And really celebrate that summer fairy energy. You can blow bubbles. You can honor the fairies, whether you believe that they're actual beings or you believe that they're more etheric beings, energy. If you see them sometimes, I feel I do see them sometimes in the sky, multidimensionally. But they are really attracted to sweets, honey, mead, fruits. They love the herb rosemary. Rosemary, by the way, is also really great baked in homemade bread. Just these type of things to really cultivate this energy and really build that up and honor it in yourself. So we'll be seeing a lot of token summer solstice, summer creatures like butterflies, dragonflies, bumblebees. The horse is also really connected to this time. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of horse imagery, been spending a lot of time with horses, as well as honey. Been putting honey in a lot of things. And mugwort really has been coming up for me randomly. These are all things that represent the summer solstice, but I just keep seeing mugwort. So I just ordered some, and it's some dried, so you can burn it. It's a really powerful herb for magic. It increases our psychic ability. Smelling it, it enhances our lucid dreaming naturally, and our third eye and divination abilities, our ability to astrally project. It's sort of like frankincense and myrrh. Really stimulates the third eye and the pineal gland. So you can, if you have a little cauldron or a place you burn incense, you can mix it in and make a bruja bowl, or you can burn it alone. You could place some in a satchel, put it under your pillow. So you can be smelling it while you sleep and will help you lucid dream. I'm going to do all these things once it comes in. And you can also sip back to the rose motif. I have rose tea, which I love, highly recommend. Make some with some raw honey, and you can sip on that to dream of love if you so choose. That love romance theme has really been coming up too. A lot of divination and magic is in the air right now. It's very potent right now, as well as that sex magic can be practiced right now, and see a lot of benefits. Highly effective. It's that fertile, creative, abundant energy right now that's really coming in. We are the creator within ourselves on the micro scale. So on the summer solstice, there are certain alignments with the sun and celestial beings that occur at sacred sites all over the planet, like Stonehenge. Also, the Serpent Mound in Ohio. I'm sure plenty of people have heard of that. If you haven't, look up a picture of it online. It's very interesting, ancient. The head is facing sunset on solstice. It's perfectly aligned, which is very interesting. So our ancient ancestors knew of these alignments. They found these alignments sacred. They worshipped the way the world brought life, and they flowed with the cycles. Humanity has been sadly disconnected from this in modern society. So really honoring that, honoring our ancestors, honoring our past lives where we were more in tune with nature, will really bring that energy through as a template that we'll remember, that we can download, and our higher self can help integrate and really permeate that type of energy, getting back to the simplicity, using technology the least amount as possible, especially when it's so nice out. Take the opportunity to connect, and you'll really receive abundant blessings when you tap in and you listen to nature. So in Egypt, the setting sun also hits exactly in the center between the two largest of the Great Pyramids. And in ancient times, it actually was usually the time when the Nile would flood. So these are all symbolic. I could see why they worshipped this time. It brought the safety, security of crops, their food. The sun brought life. They honored what they knew they considered their god, and the sun god Ra. So the summer solstice really represents that fertility, a lot of pregnancies. It's the peak of life or cultivation. We're seeing progress. We're seeing projects finally take a deeper footing. I'm seeing a lot of people getting engaged right now. A lot of happiness. People are feeling finally optimistic. Lockdowns are ending. Mask mandates are ending. We want to play off of this surge of positive energy and stay in that place of cultivation, empowerment, excitement. What's to come. We need to make sure that we do not slip into fear, that we stay in this appreciation and joyful energy, and we don't slip into lack mentality, victim mentality, because we're creating our reality. We really are manifesting and creating our own reality out of the vibrational state that we're in. So as a collective, that's how we create the reality we experience too. So we're all creating our own individual realities, and then together, how we vibrate as one collective being, that creates our greater reality that we experience. So we should really all try to do our part and stay in a high vibe state if we can, as much as we can. It's not always easy. Don't beat yourself up if you have an off day, but if we're able to just be happy, we can pull the timeline as one to keep it in a positive direction. So a lot of the reason that us light workers are here is to hold this energetic grid. It's hard, it's not easy, but that's the test of being a human. And we don't want to let our fear be what manifests into our reality. We want happiness to be what manifests into the reality that we see. So if you convince yourself of the existence of a fake negative reality, you actually will create and manifest that reality. So it's the same though, if you perceive a positive reality where everything is great, then that's the reality in existence you're going to experience. It's complicated, but we're living in a multi-dimensional reality where we're each the center of our own universe. And it's really all about experience and our own perception of things. That's what creates the reality, is your perception of something. So really, we create our own reality based on how we see things. So I really like the Seth books, the Seth Speaks books. If you're interested in this topic, I would really check those out. So this time can really be characterized as just energetic. There's so much sun, and the sun is pure energy. So there's a ton of abundance, productivity, and growth afoot. Basically an increase of every kind. Everything is just increasing in potency. So we can celebrate this by simply basking in the sun. Just go out, lay out in the sun, allow yourself to sweat and detox all the toxins, and just soak in that vitamin D and all of this gorgeous, beautiful photonic energy. If you can soak in the light, feel it, hold it, the warmth, and then cultivate it within you, be the light, and then let the light shine and reflect outwards from you. Hope everyone's doing okay. I'm going to light some more sage. Take a breath. Really think about how you're feeling with all of this right now. Think about the projects you've been working on, if you're seeing progress, what more you could do, what little things you could do to see big results. You'd be surprised, just putting in a little bit of effort right now, it's going to pay out a lot more than it normally would, is really what I'm getting right now. So I really feel that now is the time to be doing instead of thinking. So in the winter time, that's when we go inward and we plan and we rest. And in the spring, we plant seeds, we set intentions. Now it's really time to align with this potent, fruitful energy and do. Just go out and do. If you've been laying the groundwork over the past few months, now's the time to really do and manifest and create. So you had everything lined up and planned out. Now it's time, like, bam, 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 execute. And set the plan into motion in a real way. So Mars has left the sign of Cancer and is now entering Leo and is going to stay there until July 29th. So Mars coming out of Cancer. Cancer is this really sensitive, emotional sign, and Mars represents, war, action. So Mars leaving this emotional, loving sign and entering the fire, mobile energies of Leo, we're really going to be able to feel that change and use it to our advantage. But it'll be palpable. It's more of a going from like a brooding energy into a take action energy. Another thing I wanted to note is that we're closing out a 19-year cosmic cycle right now. So we're really integrating everything we've learned over the past 19 years and ready to implement it into our reality now. So we may be having memories or strong lessons that we've learned that may begin to randomly pop into our head and come up for us. I think I mentioned this in the last video too, but before I was feeling that was more of like a test popping up to make sure we're aligned with what we want, like the way we want to be, so that we won't repeat past mistake or past cycle, like make sure we've fully closed out that cycle. But now I feel that these things are really coming up for us to just close them out for good. And sort of as a time to like catalog our experiences mentally and look back at what we've learned. And just be like, okay, check, check, check. So in 2002, it was 19 years ago, that solar eclipse happened in the same sign of Gemini on exactly June 10th as well. Which that was what my last video was about. So you can go check that out if you want. So it's interesting if we're thinking we're just now 19 years later going through an exact celestial alignment again. So interesting to look at what was going on in your life in 2002 in June and then compare the energies to now. See if you're in a similar energy. See if you're learning a similar lesson. And see if the same things are coming up again for integration. If not, see what is different about it. And just sort of compare and take stock of where you're at. So as we go through these cycles of healing, releasing, taking in new energy, as we take in the new higher photonic energies, old things are going to come up for us to clear out. It's just a constant cycle, and that's how we grow. That's how we advance and progress. It's really important to rest as much as your body needs so that we can all finish this. So with the influx of energies, we're having weird solar flares coming in. Our energetic body is going to perceive this. So we may be experiencing physical ascension symptoms, I call it, like weird vertigo, nausea. You may feel like you need more sleep. You may feel like you require less sleep. You may feel, and this might fluctuate on a day-to-day, so you may feel you need more food on a certain day. On a certain day, you may feel you need less food. You may feel 24-hour juice detox. Just go with what your body is telling you it needs right now. Unashamed, and just go with it. And just honor if you feel you need to rest, if you feel you need to do, if you feel you need to clean the house or something like that. But don't hold yourself in such a strong way where you're putting all of this resistance into it. Because even if you need to do the dishes, put on a good podcast or turn on some music and just enjoy the experience of doing dishes if you can. Just put yourself in this frame of mind where you're flowing. And if you have that much resistance to something, don't do it. Do it later. Do something you'll enjoy. Do something for you. Take a shower. The water is really purifying and cleansing. Go sit out in the sun. The sun is also very purifying and cleansing. Then maybe once you take 20 minutes of that, you may feel energized and ready to do something else productive. But just go with the flow, man. Okay, I am going to pull some oracle cards now, and then I'm going to do a quick tarot reading, and I'm going to see what comes up. So I like to do this as a way to identify possible challenges we might be facing in the coming weeks and months, just to prepare us if we need some advice or something to come through the cards. This is a great time. This will come through. And again, it will be centered around the audience of people watching this video now and in the future. So my main goal with this channel was just to help people. So I like to send Reiki. I like to talk about the energies we're all feeling so that we can kind of find a way to ride it out. And then also, I'm really all about focusing on the self-improvement aspect, where we can identify opportunities in ourselves to grow and take advantage of a call out. When I do the cards, a lot of the time it's a call out, and being called out is good sometimes because otherwise we may not see something that we need to see or hear. So I am all about sending these energies just to help in that sense, and it may feel like a call out, but it's really just to assist in the love and give you areas where you can improve. So I need to start that music over. And I'm gonna shuffle and see what comes up first. Since these energies are really heightened right now, there's a lot of energy that's sort of going hand in hand with the Samhain energies of Halloween. Let me just take a sip of this. So, summer solstice is one of the most potent days of the year, if not the most potent. But I feel Samhain on Halloween is also the other night of the Wheel of the Seasons that's also just as powerful. So the first card I want to pull, I'm going to pull a Halloween Oracle card. Okay. I'll pull two. I love this deck. It's called the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. I can't wait to use it this Halloween. Okay. I pulled three because this one fell out too. So I pulled Barmbrack, which is like a pumpkin pie type dessert, which represents sweetness and synergy. I also pulled the Jack-o'-lantern card, which represents protection, and the zombie card, which is control. So let's see what this first one stands for. So, not quite a cake and not quite a bread. Barmbrack is a sweet loaf, larger than a typical bread loaf, baked with flour, sugar, salt, and dried fruits, such as raisins. Wasn't I just saying that about the bread, and you bake the rosemary in the bread? Okay. The making of Barmbrack is an Irish tradition that stands around Samhain. The person baking the loaf would be sure to set the intention for love, truth, and synergy while preparing. Inside the dough, a number of special objects are hidden and baked into the loaf. The objects are used as a kind of random oracle. Each one has a particular meaning, which represents the fate of the person who found it in their slice. So the traditional objects include a coin, a pea, a stick, a ring, and a small piece of cloth like muslin. Some other additions made in more modern times were religious medals. Should your slice of the brack contain a coin, this would indicate prosperity and good luck. The pea unfortunately meant that no marriage would occur for you that year, and finding the ring meant a marriage was certain. The stick was to be avoided at all costs. It indicates a dispute and unhappiness, and finding the cloth meant bad luck and little money ahead. So when you pull this card, indicates a curiosity to know what's ahead, but it's important to balance that out with the now. So we have the tools to change our future should we choose. The sweet synergy of Barmbrack, all the ingredients, including the objects, are more complete and powerful together than they are individually. It should encourage you to seek your own sweet spot. So that's cool. Jack-o'-lantern. Halloween wouldn't be the same without the carving of pumpkins into scary jack-o'-lanterns. Glowing menacingly from porches, dinner tables, and porches everywhere, jacks actually have a rich history and a spiritual bent. The original term for a jack-o'-lantern was a will-o'-the-wisp, an old British term. The will-o'-the-wisp was a small bundle of sticks used as a flame or torch. The Celts, the Irish, and those living in the Scottish Highlands also carved winter vegetables. Not just pumpkins, but also parsnips, carrots, or beets. I thought they did turnips, too. I thought that was the original. It's a turnip. The time around Samhain or Halloween was, of course, when the Fae and the goblins were said to be roaming wild And so the lanterns were intended to be both scary, scaring off the undesirable, and to light the way in the dark. So that was the other thing about the similarities between the summer solstice and Samhain, is because those are the most two potent pagan holidays, energetic holidays, those are the two times of the year we're going to be able to interact with fairies, and fairies come out. So today, carving jack-o'-lanterns has become an art and a true icon of Halloween. So pulling this card is really kind of telling us that we're protected, and that we're capable of creating the life that we want, and that the universe supports you. The light is shining upon you, which that goes with the light of the summer solstice. So boundaries are important to teach people how to treat us, and drawing this card indicates that you may wish to renew the ones you have or to establish new boundaries. It's always a good thing to do. It's always a good check-in with ourselves. Okay, so finally, I pulled the zombie card, which I've never pulled. So let's see what this is. So traditionally, zombies are associated with the African and Haitian voodoo religion. They're said to be dead bodies reanimated by incantations chanted by a learned practitioner. They are usually brought back to life for a purpose. The practitioner is said to capture part of a living soul to animate the body, and that it's always a temporary action, as the soul cannot be contained in a decomposing body for long, or God will take the soul back. One of the most frightening aspects of the idea of a zombie is the idea that our souls and consciousness could be trapped inside a body that does not do our bidding but somebody else's. So another is the idea of being buried alive, the fate of some, it is said, who get trapped in already dead bodies. So should the zombie step unsteadily into your life, it's time to look at the concept of control. Do you want to control everything, leaving little to free expression? Do you choose partners who are not your equal so that you're more easily manipulated and changed to your liking? Or do you allow this to happen to you? If you're not living your most authentic life, it's time to look at why and how to change that. Well, like I said, a call out. I feel like it's also this idea, the zombie card, of just being like everybody else and not thinking for yourself and not questioning things, but just like being this gross zombie that doesn't have a brain of its own and is just like marching along brainlessly. I don't know. I feel that energy right now. It's just like this toxic sheep herd mentality that a lot of people are going with the flow, because they're like, well, I just want my life to get back to normal. And it's like, well, then you're a zombie. Okay, let's switch gears and do a animal spirit card. We always have to pull this card. It's my favorite decks. So this always just tells us what spirit animal we should be connecting with right now, what the energy represents. Animals are great totems. They hold such energetic frequencies, such energetic templates in them, and seeing one is usually, it means something. It can be a sign from the universe, a sign from your higher self, or a deceased loved one. Okay, I got the Badger spirit, which is be fearless and bold. I feel like a lot of these cards are kind of saying the same thing today. That usually is what happens. So, the Badger spirit rejoices at persistence and commitment to what is true for you. So whatever you seek, your tenacity and faith in your partnership with spirit is paying off. and you're going to start seeing the results soon coalesce into form. So that's exactly what I was saying before. That aligns heavily with this summer solstice energy. The gift of the Badger spirit is surety that taking a risk now and being courageous, fearless, and bold is going to lead to wondrous results. I really feel this because I know people personally who they've just taken a big risk, they've made a big change, but it was something that their heart and the universe was really guiding them to. A lot of us are going through this with everything that's been going on in the past year and a half. We're all called, kind of being pushed out of our comfort zone, but I feel like it's all for the best, because it's kind of like, oh yeah, I hate this 9-to-5 job. Why am I doing this if I could be happier starting my own business that I've always wanted to do? That's the energy. And then, but actually leaving the job, actually starting the business, actually manifesting it is that energy. And that to me is so hopeful and so exciting. So it's just such a funny coincidence, but not really a coincidence, that I'm seeing so many people online, really just taking a risk, going out there, and then being wildly successful because they believed in themselves and they were true to themselves and they followed what they want to do instead of what they felt they had to do. So it's really a time to harness your will and apply it consistently to the pursuit of your dreams. Know that no matter what temporary outer conditions you may be seeing, that you're going to manifest your desire in divine timing and in the form that spirit deems best for you. So that's a really great thing to remember too, is maybe you're not seeing results right now, maybe you're not seeing something manifest that you thought you wanted, but maybe that's because something else is in the works that's going to be better, that's going to be more aligned, that you haven't even thought of yet. And not to get frustrated, not to try to control the direction of where. Just be creative, just flow with it, just output, and then allow and be thankful and have gratitude for what does come, and then work with what's working for you. Don't try to force something because you think that's what needs to happen next. You may have new opportunities that come up for you that are much better suited for what you wanted to do. Be open-minded about it. Even if it's something you're like, nope, there's no way I want to do that. I feel it's time to give that a chance, because you could be closing yourself off from some really amazing opportunities. So Badger Spirit says, you have to do what it takes to get what you want, so assert yourself. Be fearless and be bold, shining your light as your purpose calls you into the world. New relationships are also given a green light now. Don't be afraid to make the first move. Badger Spirit loves your brave and mighty heart. So trusting in the universe, going where it's showing you to go. And when we align with nature and we let go and we release and we surrender, we can flow and listen to where we need to go, what we need to do. And that is going to bring us the most abundance, rather than trying to control everything. When the Badger Spirit comes to protect you, he reminds you that anger or aggression and argumentative behavior, being pushy or manipulative, again, like control, will not result in a positive outcome. Perhaps someone close to you has excess Badger energy, or perhaps energy is pent up within you. Either way, it's the time to calm down and allow the energy to flow through you. Go for a hike, go for a brisk walk, shake it off, dance it out, so you can return to the situation determined and committed, but not so intense that you overwhelm yourself and others. This is where grounding comes in really handy, going out into nature, giving it back to the earth, transmuting it back into the universe. The appearance of Badger Spirit also serves as a reminder, if you have been relentlessly pursuing something and it's eluding you, the message it's that it's time to surrender it up to the higher power and focus on something else. It's meant to be. It wouldn't be so. There's too much resistance in this situation if that's what you're experiencing. So Badger Spirit wants to protect you from your self-will running rampant, from being overly obsessed and getting what you want. It might not be about what you want in the timing that perfectly fits what you want. if you trust Source, if you trust the universe, you may end up with something far even greater than you could imagine. So remember, the world doesn't revolve around what you want. Better, more beautiful opportunities will be the result when you release some of the Badger spirit intensity along with your need to have it your way 100%. So that's exactly what I was just saying. I totally agree. And that's a really tough lesson for humans, but it's also a really important one. It's kind of just like letting go of control and embracing what is. It's 11:11, by the way. And then being open to receive total just new, better, and amazing gifts. Okay. Finally, let's just do a little tarot. See what comes up. I'm gonna shuffle. I hope everyone's having a really great morning so far. It's beautiful, the sun's out, blue sky, perfect weather. Very quiet morning here, a lot of birds chirping. Seeing a lot of bunnies. And there's a squirrel right outside my window now when I said that. Squirrels are so cute. Okay. So this is a reading for the collective, but it's focused obviously on the people listening to this video now and in the future, and as many times as you go back and re-listen, the cards come out in a certain way to tell us what we need to hear when we need to hear it. Wow. I pulled the 6 of Pentacles upright, 6 of Cups reversed, and 6 of Swords reversed. 666. So, which a lot of people are scared of that number, but I am not. I feel it's all about the meaning you assign something. 6s typically represent an adjustment in our thoughts or our attitudes. So keep that in mind. Okay, so 6 of Pentacles upright. This is sort of a financial exchange. It's a contract. It's a two-way flow of abundance. It could be working for somebody. It could be a business deal. It could be a business agreement, a contract. And then we have the 6 of Cups reversed, which cups are emotions. This is living in the past. It's also my time travel card, so that's interesting. But it's kind of like living in the past, feeling this sadness about your inner child. And then the 6 of Swords reversed is travel interrupted. So this could be a contract interrupted, an emotional connection interrupted, or if you had plans to move and like a business agreement tied to that, that could be no longer. And you may feel a little bit of kind of that feeling of like looking back at a younger you and being sad about where you are now in your life because you thought you would have been in a different place than you were when you were a kid. It's sort of what I'm feeling with that. But with the 666, it's maybe hinting at the need for an adjustment in our attitudes or our perceptions. So maybe what we thought we needed to be, we don't need to be, and that was sort of a that was something we self-imposed. So we have, this is interesting. Let's see. We have the Hangman reversed. which is not wanting to let go of someone, stalling a decision. It could also be someone with like a martyr energy, not really wanting, like having to go through a break and and being resistant to it, not really wanting to make the change that is coming up. I also pulled the Three of Pentacles, which is related to a job. It could be coming together as a team and cooperation, a new business venture with more than two people, cooperative collaboration. And then we have the Fool upright, which is like innocence, heading out into the world anew, spontaneity, being young, naive, innocent, free spirit. Or it also can be like stumbling into something. So maybe in our hesitance to let go of something that's not working out for us, or something if we didn't get something we wanted, if we can let go of that, then we will be able to receive something better. And that's funny because that's exactly what the oracle cards were just saying, is having the Fool energy, this naive, carefree energy, and going into something, starting a venture that's enjoyable for you, that's pleasurable, that may not be a sure thing financially the way that the other thing was, but this thing will actually be fruitful financially because it's pentacles, and we'll actually get way more enjoyment out of this thing, and it will be more aligned with our purpose, our soul purpose, and less about what we feel we need to be doing. Okay. Kind of seeing like a disagreement within a relationship right now. I kind of feel like the female energy is being very emotional, and I want to do this, let's go out and do this, and the energy is kind of scattered, and that is causing a little bit of tension in the relationship, where the masculine is more inward right now, more contemplative, and maybe freaking out as much as the female, or feeling the same as the female. But the female is the one who's like, let's go out, let's do this, wait, what about this, what if we did this? And it's causing a little bit of a rift. Yeah, there's a little bit of stress and worry, but if you can stay together as a team, you'll overcome it. Yeah, the feminine, okay, I just pulled the Queen of Swords. She's ready to go fight. She's ready to kick some ass. And it's causing issues in the family, in the household setting, where I think it's just a little bit unbalanced. I pulled the Eight of Wands reversed, which is needing to slow down and plan, and like take the lack of momentum and the stagnation and really like just shh for a second, and then emerge as this Queen of Swords in a way that's harmonic and aligned with the family unit. Okay. The masculine is worried about money. The woman, the feminine, is not. She's really feeling like, and this I think is not necessarily right now, but what's going to happen next is the feminine is like, we got this. And she really steps into her power. I pulled the Empress upright. I also pulled the Magician upright. And then we have the King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so breaking this down a little bit. The Empress is the divine feminine. It's the nurturing, abundant. It's basically the card that represents the summer solstice. And the Magician is somebody who creates and brings into, they're like a master alchemist, a master manifester. They initiate, they make things happen. But then we're having a little bit of problem with the masculine here, where I think he may be feeling a little left out, even a little like, she's really excelling in her career and I'm not really, and you know, kind of feeling a little down and out about that. But I'm sure it's not gonna be. Okay, just pulled 3 wands in a row. Wands are that fire energy, it's passion. So the 2 of wands I pulled, which is, it's also, it could be the sex card. It could be 2 conflicting energies. It could be 2 people ready to embark on this thing together. 2 people taking action and moving into this new thing together. But then we have the 9 of wands reversed, which is sort of the energy of walking on eggshells. So I think it's really important to communicate. If you have a problem with your partner or your business partner, to speak it so that you're not harboring weird energy, especially if you're going into a new venture, if you're starting something new together, you want that energy to be harmonic throughout. You don't want this weird, this is like walking on eggshells. Okay? So even if it's something from the past, if you have like some weird resentment that you just speak it, get it off your chest and clear that energy. We also have the 3 of wands reverse, which is like not dreaming big enough. It's fear blocking you. It could be playing it safe. So I feel like there's a lot of just like being in your head about it, instead of just going out and making it happen and being confident in yourself and knowing that you got this. So let me see. We have the moon reversed, which is the exposing of things that have been hidden, and then the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like there's a little bit of, again, worry with money. But I feel like in the long run, it's all gonna work out. I feel like, let's see what this card is. Yeah, like Ace of Pentacles reversed is second guessing yourself. And then we have 5 of wands upright, which is kind of like a competition energy. Three of Cups reversed. Yeah, this is like jealousy, competition. 5 of Swords reversed. And I don't really necessarily feel like this is within the relationship. I feel like there's something going on in a job, in a new venture, that like the energies are off. If it's like a business partner, there's too much competition and it's going to come in the way of the business. So 5 of Swords reversed is petty bullshit. It's like issues with detail, resentment energy. And then we also have 5 of Pentacles reversed, which, yeah, it's work related. It's a scarcity mindset. I feel like whatever new business venture, whatever new area of your life that you're moving into, you need to let go of the doubt, let go of the looking at what the other person's doing, let go of comparing yourself to other people. if you want to succeed. So I just pulled 2 5s, and then I just pulled 2 7s in a row, which is interesting. So 2 5s, 5 represents change, challenges, fluctuations, and then 7s represent a period of introspection or solitude. So I feel like if something negative is coming up in the workplace, in your relationship, in whatever, if you're in a group of people all trying to work together, that like your ego might be exacerbating the problems, and you might be, and it's going to be at the expense of the business or the venture or the relationship. So getting out of your own head and allowing yourself, saying, am I triggered by this? Why? Going in, asking yourself what it's triggering in you, why it's bothering you, and then kind of getting over yourself is going to allow you to contribute better to the team and for the greater purpose. Whereas if you're in your own head and you're fighting with your own teammates and there's disharmony, how do you feel you're going to be successful? You don't want to be the reason that, like, you might be putting that's so important, there's so much riding on this. Well, you're sabotaging yourself because you're creating disharmony energies, and nothing can create and grow and flourish in that type of energy. So 7 of Cups reversed. This is having to be realistic and having your bubble burst. 7 of Wands upright is it's like the underdog, having to fight, prove yourself, struggling, feeling like you're challenged, by others. And then Temperance reversed is being impatient and something needing to restore balance. It's like oil and water. So I feel like there's like personality issues going on in your close circles that you kind of need to resolve before you can move forward with some stuff. But hey, that's what's been coming up right now. The energies coming up right now are really like bringing up our own crap, our own flaws, so that we can resolve them, so that we can be a bigger, more whole, complete person, so that we can contribute to a team in a way that will benefit the team and yourself. All right, let's just pull one more. The Wheel of Fortune. Golden opportunity, good luck. So if you can get through that, I think you'll have a successful, I think good luck will come. Maybe that's not the right team for you. Maybe it's not the right project. Maybe being real with yourself, starting from scratch might be the best thing. But it will work out. It's just important to be aligned with what you're doing, not forcing something. Like, you may come up with a really good idea and say, this is it, this is the idea, it's going to make me a millionaire, and then you get so caught up and hung up in the idea that you're like, now it's not even about that idea, it's about like you having to be right and you having to prove yourself and like this has to work out or I'm going to be a failure. So you lost the initial vision that you had in the first place. Is staying true to and flowing with it. That's how people are successful in their businesses, in their relationships, in their teams, whatever they're putting effort into. It's, what are you passionate about? Stay true to that and go in your bliss and passion and flow, and don't force, don't control, don't bring down other team members. Even if you disagree, work through it. Don't hold animosity and resentment, because that's going to build up and create a lot of blockages to success and to your happiness. And if you want a stress-free life, just get everything on the table, have that difficult conversation, and then it's done. And you can move on. And everybody's good. Okay. That's all for today. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. Again, links to donate are in the description below. It is just paypal.me/the BellaImelda. And my Cash App is BellaImelda, all one word. If you're interested in a private remote session with me, you can go ahead and email me at BellaImelda@yahoo.com. If you have any questions or you want to set up a session, you can email me there and I will get back to you. It is $50 for a full Reiki healing and channeling with card pulls, $40 for a straight Reiki healing, $30 for a tarot oracle pull session, and then just $10 for a quick 3-card pull. I do take audio recordings of the full Reiki session and the full card session, which I then send you privately after the session. The sessions are done remotely. You can just lay at home, relax, and then I will send you the recording afterwards. So, hopefully some people will be interested in that. Stay tuned for my next video. Leave me a comment if this resonates, or if you have any suggestions for a video you'd like to see me do. Share this video with anyone you feel would resonate with information. I really hope you got something out of this today. You can go ahead and follow me on Facebook at my personal page, which is the BellaImelda. I also have a public page, which is the only BellaImelda. My Instagram is also the BellaImelda. I post on all these pages when I make an update. So follow me, stay in the loop. And final words, I just want to encourage you to live in this abundant energy. Live in the love and bliss energies. Live in the sunlight. If we're able to let go of the crap, any guilt, any ideas about what we're supposed to be doing or how we're supposed to be feeling, that's going to catapult us and launch ourselves individually so much farther ahead, so that we can really take advantage of these really big energies coming in right now. So it's really up to us. We have the choice and what we're going to make of it. So I really hope you enjoyed this. Have a great afternoon. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.